Hello, jet setters. I'm Jeb Brooks from greenergrass.com, and today I'm headed to a retirement. See, Delta are retiring their 777s, and today marks the very last day that one of those aircraft will fly from Atlanta to Los Angeles, and I just had to be on board. I couldn't pass up the opportunity to say goodbye to an airplane that has been so important to me. Now, the final flight is tomorrow from New York to LA, but there's nothing more closely associated with Delta in my mind than Atlanta. It's the old joke. A guy asks his preacher, am I going to heaven or am I going to hell? And the preacher says, I don't know, but either way, you'll connect in Atlanta. So that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving the studio here in Greensboro, North Carolina, headed down to Atlanta. I can't wait for this journey. I hope you'll join me as we pay tribute and say goodbye to Delta's 777. I made my way over to my home airport, PTI. It's worth noting, it's been 3 years to the day since Delta's inaugural A350 flight. That was from Detroit to Narita. It's kind of hard to believe just how much has changed since then, isn't it? Let's get this started. Yeah, travel is different today than it was 3 years ago on that unforgettable flight. But there's no doubt that a retirement flight, even though it's a more sad affair than an inaugural one, is still a special experience for aviation enthusiasts like us. Welcome to Atlanta. Next stop, LA. Let's go check out this 777. It just came in from India. This airplane is only 11 years old. It still has life left in it. Maybe it'll be converted to cargo. We just don't know right now. But after this flight, it will go to Victorville, California to await its next job. I just hope it won't be scrapped. The crowds started to build, and as you'd expect, most, but not all of the passengers, were aviation enthusiasts who were on this plane because it was so special. For a lot of people, this kind of event is no big deal. It's just some inanimate object. But for enthusiasts like us, it's so much more. The crew got it too, though.
Everybody probably knows here, with all the cameras out here, that this is a historic flight. Delta's going to retire the 777 here after 21 years. The aircraft first came on board property in 1999, and 777 has gone all over the world, so from everywhere from Sydney and Beijing, Shanghai, Johannesburg, Athens, Mumbai. We should be able to make it and find our way to Los Angeles.
And make it we did. This is what $100 million buys you. This airplane was just recently retrofitted with Delta's most cutting-edge cabins at a total cost of $100 million. But in the age of coronavirus, there are no sacred cows. At its peak, just a few weeks before this flight, Delta's 777 fleet consisted of 18 airplanes. 8 were ER variants and 10 LRs. The ERs could fly 7,065 nautical miles, the LRs a whopping 8,555 miles. My ride today was on an LR, which, as the captain had said, was more than capable of making the not quite 2,000-mile journey today.
Welcome aboard. Now that you're on the airplane, I hope you guys are getting settled in. We should be underway about 15 minutes ago, but as you know, we got late boarding the aircraft. We're also waiting for just a couple extra catering items to make sure that you don't have to eat the ice cream that they boarded for you with your hand.
Knowing this would be the last time I'd be on Delta's version of a 777 meant I planned to take a little extra time to really drink in the cabin. As we pushed back, I got ready for one of my favorite sounds on the planet, the sound of this engine starting up. As we taxied through Atlanta, I felt sad knowing this would be the last time one of these airplanes with this livery would appear on these taxiways. This was a really important airplane to Delta. It was, after all, the one that ushered in their status as a major international carrier, and the pilot wanted to celebrate it by showing everyone just what it was capable of. We took off like a rocket. I settled in by opening the tray table, closing my door, and starting to edit this video. It was a very meta experience.
What you're looking at outside the window, we're expecting to see the entire way. It should be a nice ride. You have good visibility. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fasten seatbelt sign off at this time, but I would ask when you're in your seat, you keep your seatbelts fastened in case we encounter any unexpected rough air.
At Delta, dessert comes first, especially on such a special flight. They'd catered our trip with ice cream for every passenger who wanted it, and our delay was due to their search for spoons. As I waited for my ice cream to melt enough to eat, I took a look at my haul from the flight fuel box made available to me as a first-class passenger. As I've said before, first class is just not what it used to be. In addition to all of this, each passenger was also given a snack bag, which on this special flight included a 777 trading card, a collector's item to be sure. I have some incredible memories on board Delta's 777s, and in between editing this video and meeting so many other incredible aviation enthusiasts on this flight, I reflected on those memories. From experiencing Delta's longest flight from Atlanta to Johannesburg at a time when the airplane really needed an upfit, to flying the very first retrofitted 777 to come to Australia by pure chance, I have some really special memories tied closely to this airplane. Just about every mission flown by Delta's 777s can be accomplished by the A350 with one notable exception. In the future, there'll be a tag onto the trip from Johannesburg back to Atlanta. The A350 just doesn't have the range to make that long journey home without first stopping in Cape Town, which is okay by me since it's one of the best cities on the planet. I couldn't leave this airplane without taking one last walk through the cabin. Delta's 777s were configured with 4 cabins. They were branded as Economy, Comfort Plus, Premium Select, and Delta One. You gotta love the enthusiasm that comes along with a flight like this. I still can't believe this 11-year-old airplane is retiring. But this was such a small fleet for Delta with only 18 airplanes, and the airline is doing whatever they can to cut costs in order to save jobs. In fact, that, plus California's water shortage, explain the lack of a water cannon salute on this flight. Ordinarily, an event like this would be met with a lot of fanfare, but these are unusual times. But that didn't prevent the crew from doing an astonishing job. They were as enthusiastic about the airplane as we were, and were professional and excited about their jobs. They truly represent the Delta difference. But back to my seat for more editing. This machine means so much to so many. It took countless people on honeymoons or unforgettable vacations. It flew people to job interviews or life-changing meetings. It moved families across borders. Well, it built careers for pilots and mechanics and cabin crew and engineers. But it's more than the sum of its parts. It's woven into the fabric of our world. But I think our first officer's optimism set the right tone for this strange moment.
We're very proud of our company here at Delta, and we're going to be around for a long time. So once 2020 gets behind us and everything starts moving back an upswing, we'll be all over the world again, and we appreciate your patronage. Thanks a lot, and at this time I'd like flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
It's time to get off this bird, and that is something that makes me very sad. I love the 777, especially Delta's 777. It's meant a lot to me. I've got some incredible memories. I've visited some incredible cities thanks to this airplane. So I'm sorry this is the last time I'll be on board. But between now and the next time, see you in the sky.